The time is 6:31, and I call this special meeting of the Red Oak City Council to order. Let it be known that we have a full quorum present and that notices have been posted in accordance to Texas Government Code Section 551. Let's see, first part of business, we actually have some public comments. We have three citizens who have asked to speak. Ms. Hitz, if you'll come up, state your address and then what you want to talk about. Then just realize that you're under a 3-minute time restriction.
Got it. My name is Catherine Hitz. I live at 1105 Goodloe Lane in Red Oak. So I'm here to request clarification on the amended ordinance 26-14 for Plan Development 191 that you approved on May 11th. During that meeting, there were many public comments regarding the noise limits, particularly regarding the low frequency noise. And the City Council appeared to make concessions and include limits on this noise. The ordinance was amended to include dBz limits, which measures raw unweighted sound across the frequency spectrum. However, the wording is confusing. When I reviewed the video of that meeting, it appears that the amendment stated 70 dBA or dBz, rather than 70 dBA and dBz. The difference between the words and or are significant when it comes to compliance. Using and in a noise ordinance creates a strict requirement that the sound must not exceed the limit in both the human perceived sound, the dBA, and the raw unweighted sound, dBz. Using the word and ensures that the heavy bass doesn't slip through, which many of us thought that was what you meant when you amended the ordinance. The word or creates a loophole where Compass Data Center only needs to be legally compliant in one of the two scales. Since low frequency sound is louder than the dBA sound, the human perceived sound, the low frequency noise effectively has no restraint and could physically be rattling my windows at 85 dBz or louder. Since I and hundreds of other families surrounding this planned development will be exposed to that data center noise, the wording is significant in understanding the noise we're going to be exposed to and what your intent was in including it in the amended ordinance. The discussion went on quite late that night. You guys didn't vote on it till around midnight. So perhaps you were tired and the word or was placed in there by mistake instead of and. Another option would be that you use the word or purposely to mislead the public into thinking that you really were listening to our concerns on the noise. In reality, that was a meaningless addition if the word or was used. So I respectfully ask that the wording be clarified and that if this was accidental wording by tired councilmen, that you remedy it and you amend it to reflect the word and in the ordinance. If it was intentional, I would ask you to explain why you included that meaningless loophole. Thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Cotton.
Hello, everybody. Sharon Cotton, 502 Blue Bonnet Lane, Red Oak. In 31 years of living in Red Oak, I have never posted a sign in my yard until recently. Shortly thereafter, I received a code compliance violation letter in the mail on a Saturday, giving me 8 days to remove the sign or face a fine. I contacted David Arnold that coming Monday and asked why my particular sign seemed to be a problem, which were 16 and 24 feet from the roadway and clearly on my property, when I had seen numerous signs in my neighborhood that had been up for months and was told I can't catch them all. Because the data centers in Red Oak are a hot topic issue with residents, this code violation that I and others received seemed to be a targeted city response and an infringement on my First Amendment rights. I did not see a city posting that the issue and the signs was null and void, nor did I receive an apology for the wrong code being cited. The press conference held on May 26th with the violated cited residents in presence with the TV stations put Red Oak in a bad PR situation that ended up closing our cases. Whether the citations were an honest error or an intimidation tactic, y'all need to do better, a lot better for your residents. I would like to give Karen Stevens a thank you and a kudos for responding to my queries. She is the only one in the city who has responded to me. The other ones that have responded, the law firm representing Red Oak, the law firm representing Compass. So my queries have gone unanswered. But I would like to thank Karen for her due diligence in response.
Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Moses.
Good afternoon, council and mayor. I'm actually here on a three-pronged thing tonight. One is this great sign debacle 2026. I was on a cruise and I was getting, my phone was blowing up from everybody saying, oh, they're writing everybody up about signs. I'm like, well, if they're in the right of way, they can write you up. But if they're in your yard, it's a First Amendment protected activity. You can't do that. And so that's one thing I want to make everybody clear that I've tried to educate everybody how the right of way. And as Todd knows, I don't know if some of y'all know or not, but in my neighborhood, my right of way ends at the middle of the street. So I can put it out there in the ditch if I wanted to, because we all out there pay over $6 a month to the water bill. And we can't get our ditches cleaned out because we have to give the city permission because we own to the middle of the road according to what the plots show, right, Todd? Yeah. So that's problem number one. Number two is, my understanding is, and Todd can correct me if I'm wrong, Data Bank is supposed to work over there 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday outside, but they can do stuff out and then inside at nighttime, correct? And then Sunday, they're not supposed to be on that property working. Me and two neighbors witnessed a bunch of vehicles over there yesterday working. So they're working in that facility, and we've noticed them for weeks going in and out of that facility. So that was number two prong. Number three prong is can you tell me, Todd, if that road is supposed to be 4-lane? That they're doing, is it supposed to be 4-lane? Is it supposed to be 2-lane with the turn lane?
Supposed to be 2-lane.
Okay, because I was gonna make a suggestion about the parking issue if it was, because they could have used the new Bachelor Road for parking.
We've made this.
Yeah. Because we drove all over there yesterday.
Right of ways, 4 lanes, but initially 2 lanes goes in.
Yeah, well, the reason I questioned it was because it doesn't have a curb on one side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
okay,
had that suggestion.
right.
So,
That's why I wanted to ask, because I was like, there's a parking solution right there. Right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. So just so everybody realizes, if it's not on the agenda, we can't specifically speak to that. I can sure ask staff to look at the Ms. Cotton, whatever had happened with yours, and make sure somebody reaches out to you as far as with that sign.
Yeah, none of us received an actual letter that it was, a mistake was made, the wrong code number was listed, didn't receive an apology. The only reason I knew was because it was brought to the attention of one of the council members by the TV channel.
So I don't know that, so I don't know that information to be able to share that with you. But I will have, I'll direct staff to have to look into that, and if, letters need to go back out or someone needs to call, then I'll have somebody call, okay? I mean, that's the best that I can do right now.
Just common courtesy.
And then, this hits, we will look into that. I'm not sure if that's, the term. scrivener's error. I don't know what they term that or not, but I'll ask somebody to look into that.
Thank you.
And Mr. Moses, for the three that you brought up, and we're always trying to figure out ways to address that. That's less impeding, so I'm sure that your voice fell onto some ears that can kind of look at that information.
I mean, there's not even a city employee to go over and verify their
Sure.
following these guidelines and rules.
Well,
Because everybody's gone on the weekend, which I mean, I understand.
and we had the guy here last week.
Yeah.
Weeks ago, whatever that, or maybe the last week.
Yeah.
You should know that also, so
I got his number.
thank y'all. That's all I can kind of sit on right now. Thank you. Okay, so we will go to item 1, which is on our regular agenda, and it's discussion and consideration of resolution number 26-027R, approving the agreement regarding city pension obligation bonds between the city of Red Oak and Texas Municipal Retirement System. Mr. McRoberts.
Yes, Mayor, Council, if you recall, in the 25-26 adopted budget, we included some changes to our Texas Municipal Retirement System plan that just kind of aligned us with our comparison cities around the area. The changes took effect January 1st, 2026, and that essentially moved our city contribution rate from 6.98% to 19.5%. With a further actuarial evaluation to increase the rate to 20.61% on January 1 of 2027. So last year during the budget process, we kind of discussed there's some financing mechanisms to fund those changes that we made. So tonight, this would be the first step, signing the agreement with TMRS. So TMRS can then take this agreement to their board on Thursday, June 25th. So again, the action we're doing tonight just funds the city's total unfunded actuarial liability. The first step, again, is just this agreement. The total lump sum would be 14.5 million. That's as much as we can fund. I think it's about 95% of the max. And this should be a benefit to our city maintenance and operation rate, reducing that 20.61% contribution rate down below 13%. So again, the total change will go from 6.98% to just under 13% on our city maintenance and operation tax rate. We're just kind of funding it rather through TMRS, through actually by issuing bonds. With that being said, Andre is here. If there's any questions, if the council has any questions, we'll answer them.
So I assume this is kind of happening at various cities across the state, or is this ours?
It's happened at most of them for the past decades. We've been kind of one of the ones that haven't done it and had it in place for a long time. Playing catch up a lot of that.
This was the thing that we were briefed on.
Yeah, due to the timing, TMRS, we actually wanted to do this last year, but because you have to have your plan changes in effect in order to fund them. So it didn't go into effect until January 1st. Now we're able to actually issue the bonds for that. Now that the plan is up and running and the contribution rate has increased. We could have done something last year, but it would have been very small. So this is our attempt to really get a chunk of this financed.
Council, any questions?
No, Mr. Mayor, I don't have any questions.
No, but this is what we discussed last year in budget, that we did get our pension plan up to snuff with our competitive cities. Knew there was a price tag.
And just for clarification, we've already done the actual pension fund adjustments. This is just the mechanism to pay for
To
it.
pay for it, right? This is to start the process to issue bonds
Right.
that pay for that amount, right?
And you said it'd be on the When were they issued?
So TMRS is actually has a board meeting on June 25th, which is Thursday. So if this is approved tonight, we've actually got to get these documents over to them so they can get it signed on their board meeting on the 25th. We actually can't issue debt unless TMRS also approves their end. So this is just the initial agreement.
There shouldn't be any reason why they would not.
From talking with them now, it's just a logistical move that they have to make. I mean, they're gonna get a lump sum, you know, on their end, so that they don't have any issues.
Okay. All right. Entertain a motion to adopt resolution 26-027R. So move. Second. Miller. And Lightfoot, I think.
It was Smith on
Oh, I'm sorry, Smith. Those in favor?
Franklin, I.
Flannery, aye.
Miller, I.
Lightfoot, aye.
Smith, aye.
That passes 5-0. That's all we have, I think, so I'll entertain a motion to thank you very much. Thank you for coming. At 6:47, entertain that motion to adjourn.
I so moved, second.
Right. Yeah, those in favor?
Franklin, I.
Flannery, aye.
Miller, I.
Lightfoot, aye.
Smith, aye.